For a fun birthday party main, I am making my green pesto pasta. It's bright and comforting. It's got a whole mountain of kale piled in, and I'm finishing off with a blob of burrata torn over the top to give it the richness it deserves. I'll start by cooking up my pasta. I'm using bucatini, which is like really thick spaghetti with a hole in the middle. So I love this dish because it's a great weeknight main, but it's also really festive for a party, and who doesn't love pasta? I'll let this cook to al dente, and in the meantime, I'll whiz up the sauce. I love this sauce because it all comes together in the time that it takes for the pasta to cook. I've got 8 ounces of kale that I'll coarsely chop. This is the pasta for when your soul wants a big bowl of pasta, but your conscience is trying to tell you to eat veggies. I like that you're basically hiding all the veggies in this sauce, and it makes it easy to eat a lot of kale. It's also so vibrant and green, perfect for a birthday party. Basil, gotta have basil and pesto, a few cloves of garlic, and then 1/3 cup of almonds. I love using almonds in pesto versus the more standard pine nuts. I just always happen to have almonds on hand, and they're a little bit cheaper than pine nuts. Loads of Parmesan, 3/4 cup, and I'll save the rest for topping on at the end. A little crushed red pepper, a bunch of black pepper, the juice of a lemon. Just the combination of basil and lemon and Parmesan is so tasty. 6 tablespoons of olive oil. Now, typically with a pesto, you would pulse everything first and then drizzle in the olive oil. I'm just dumping in everything together because the texture of this pesto is actually gonna be more like a very smooth pureed sauce. It's not gonna be a chunky pesto. And then I'm also gonna ladle in about 3/4 cup of the pasta water, which is salted, to help bring this sauce together. I'll get my top on and then blend it until it's smooth. Smells so good. I'll drain the pasta, but not before reserving some of the pasta water. You know how sometimes when you toss pasta with sauce and you look at it and it looks a little dry and you're like, this could be glossier? Pasta water is the cure. Just add a little bit in as you toss the sauce with your pasta. It'll make it glossy, it'll loosen it up, and it'll also help the pasta cling to the sauce. I'll drain this. Back into the pot it goes so that I can toss it with the sauce. I've been looking forward to this all day long. I love that green color. I love it so much. Birthday party food is so much fun because you can make it bright, you can make it on theme. I love cooking for birthday parties. I'll get this pasta fully coated in the sauce and then adding a little pasta water as I go, just to make everything super duper glossy. Oh yeah, that is the good stuff. It's also seasoning it because the pasta water is salty. So never forget reserving some pasta water because it truly will elevate any pasta dish. I've got my serving bowl and a big ball of burrata that I'll break all over the top. Oh yeah. I would have seconds of this over a slice of birthday cake any day. These are all the carbs you need for crime-fighting power. And then the thing that's gonna make this truly party ready is this burrata. So burrata is just a big ball of fresh mozzarella with cream in the center, and it is otherworldly delicious. I'll just break it open so that the cream spills out. I love it so much. A drizzle of olive oil, and just make the burrata look dressed up for the party. Sprinkle of flaky salt and some black pepper. More Parmesan. And then some crushed red pepper will be really pretty. I almost don't want to serve this at the party because I just want it all for myself. But the perk of making it is that I get to taste test it right now. If you really want to make your party pop, around here, you've got to have a cheese ball. Also, what's a kid's birthday party without pizza? Kinda lame, so I'm combining the two and pizzafying a cheese ball. It's a sphere of flavor with meaty bites of pepperoni in every schmear. Also, I'm serving it with homemade cheese crackers for all of your spreading needs. I'll start with the cheese crackers. It's kind of like making a cheesy pie dough. I toss everything into my food processor, starting with 1 cup of flour, a sprinkle of oregano for those zesty notes, and crushed red pep for that little kick, a couple of pinches of salt, and then the 2 primary pizza cheeses, 6 ounces of shredded mozzarella, and then 2 ounces of Parmesan. Love that saltiness. some black pepper. I'll pulse this together. I want to get everything combined and also break up the big shreds of mozzarella. Okay, I'll grab the butter. So just like making pie dough, you want the butter to be cold when it goes in. So I've got a 1/4 cup of cold cube butter, and that allows the crackers to be nice and flaky. I'll pulse this all together and I'll keep on pulsing until the mixture starts to clump together and form a dough. Once the butter is fully incorporated, I can just test to see if it's ready by gently reaching in and squeezing some of it together in my hands. And if it holds together in a dough like this, I know it's ready. I'll get it out onto my counter and bring it together into a ball. And I'll roll this out until it's super thin, about 1/8 of an inch thick. So before Bernie and Ira were born, I was like, I'm gonna be the type of mom that only feeds their kids homemade crackers. And now that I have 2 cracker-loving children, I just can't keep up. So we do a lot of store-bought crackers, but this is a special occasion. So we're going the homemade route. I think my superpower is eyeballing when dough is 1/8 of an inch thick. I'll use my accordion cutter here to get them all the same size. You can cut these out into any shape you want. I'm gonna go with diamonds because they feel superhero and powerful. Also like a little feminine. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. Got 1 set of lines, now intersect them with a 45-degree angle for another set of lines. I'll transfer these to my parchment lined baking sheet and then bake at 350 degrees for 20 minutes until they're crisp. Cheese balls are one of the greatest appetizers of all time in the world of appetizers. They're just so bulbous and everyone loves them. What's not to love? My base is softened cream cheese. I've got 2 big blocks of it here. And you really want it to be soft so that you can mix it up smoothly. And I'm just gonna toss in a ton of my favorite pizza toppings. I'll start with Parmesan, mozzarella, black olives for that salty brininess, green bell pepper. I love all the colors in this. Some garlic. Instead of raw onion, I'm gonna do onion powder. I know that raw onion is sometimes polarizing. Crushed red pepper, dried oregano. So a lot of the similar flavors as the crackers. And then pepperoni, but not just any pepperoni, miniature pepperoni. Everything is better when it's mini. I'll add in most of this now and then save some of it to dot all over the outside of the ball. I'll stir it all to combine. You wanna use a stiff spatula for this or even a wooden spoon. Or your hands if you're freaky, but it should be quite stiff so that it holds into a ball shape because you don't want a cheese blob. The first cheese ball I ever made, I was standing right in this very spot. It was years and years ago. Nick and I threw a big New Year's Eve party. I had like a little bit of liquid courage and I made my very first one. It was a sweet cheese ball with raisins and orange zest and some powdered sugar. And then I coated the whole thing in glittery sanding sugar. It was really fun. And since then, I've been bitten by the cheese ball bug. This is all combined. Let me get some plastic. This is the trick for shaping it. Just a bowl lined with plastic wrap. I'll plop it in, and then I'll just wrap it up in the plastic wrap and nudge it into a round ball. So happy. Looks good to me. And then grab your serving plate, unwrap it. All of the cheese balls have to have some sort of coating that's fun, whether it's nuts or everything bagel seasoning or sprinkles or pepperoni. I'll stick these all over the outside to completely coat them. Nick wins the award for loving pepperoni pizza the most. Bernie probably wins the award for loving pepperoni pizza the least. And I like pepperoni pizza a lot. I think I done did it. She seems so lonely on this plate though. She needs some crackers. And I think I'm starting to smell them in the oven. Oh yeah, these are good and crisp. All right, I'll nestle these around the cheese ball. You need a sturdy cracker, because this is a pretty sturdy cheese ball. Oh no, this cracker doesn't fit on the plate. Whatever am I to do? Mouth to the rescue. It's crunchy, it's creamy. It is so pizza-y. Yeah, that bite just saved the day.